Hi everyone! So before I hear anything from any of you, yes, my shirt does have naked people all over it, so you can just deal. Today I wanted to talk about cult classic products that I love. I don't love all of them, because if I did, well, you know, then I would be without an opinion, and we know that's not a concept I'm very good at. So I wanted to talk about the products that, you know, maybe are not the best-selling serum in the entire country for the past 12 years. Maybe those products that if you're in the blogging world or you're in the industry, you know about and you've heard about and you constantly continue to hear about those products. The ones that I like, I'm not going to talk about the ones that I don't like, well, because that's not productive. Now with that said, some of them might kind of carry over into the mass market in the sense that, you know, like, well, let's just take as an example, Caudalie grape water, which is part of this list. I guess this will be our first entry. Obviously, you know, if you're in the blogging world, you kind of know about this and you've either tried it and you love it or you're at least aware of it. But Caudalie also does a lot of business in the US and in Europe as well, obviously, especially France, obviously. This is one of those products that I absolutely love. And it is, I think, cult status. You know, people who have this and love it to pieces. It's hydrating, it's nourishing, it's soothing, especially after you do a really intense kind of acid peel or whatever the case may be. Cuts down inflammation, it's a nice kind of steady mist. Refreshing, completely fragrance-free. Sticking with the Co2 LeapPad, this is definitely a cult product, you know, people that have this love it to pieces. Constant press is released about this, even though it's been around for years. I know Victoria Beckham says that she loves it, so obviously anything she does, I love, right? Beauty Elixir, I've been using this for a minute and a half now. Absolutely love this. This is one of those products that I use every single day of my life. After I do my makeup, I set my face with it. Gives me the radiance, but also locks all the makeup in. Great if you're on a plane and you just need kind of a refresher. Midday, if I'm feeling a little stressed, I'll spray it into my palms a la Lisa Eldridge and give it a nice inhale, and you kind of just feel a little bit calmer, a little bit more replenished and revived. Great, it's inspired by the world's first perfume, which was for Queen Isabella of Hungary, if I'm not mistaken. Isabel, excuse me. So it's grape, and there's lemon balm and mint, and it's really nice and uplifting, and you can see the oil separate, so make sure you shake it before you use it. Emma Hardie Amazing Face Moringa Cleansing Balm. Let's give credit to Caroline Hirons. Give credit where credit is due, that most of us wouldn't be aware of this if it wasn't for her. It is an absolutely gorgeous cleansing balm. It smells like orange blossom, kind of a really nice true balm, dense, greasy texture that just completely obliterates makeup, calms and hydrates the skin. It's a really beautiful cleansing balm. I think it's kind of, for me, it's the benchmark of cleansing balms because it kind of checks every single box. I have done a blog post on it, and if I've done a blog post on any of these, I'll link them below. Love this, and it's definitely cult status. This is not something that you'll see written about in People magazine, you know what I mean? Unless it has been written about in People magazine. In that case, sorry. Biologique Recherche Lotion P50. I have the 1970 formula. I haven't actually tried any of the other ones, and I'm not in focus. Come on. I love this. I mean, it's one of those things that, again, it's not written about on the front page of the Daily News or whatever. It's more of a skincare industry or blogging world secret that it's amazing and gets the job done, highly effective. You know the feeling of this if you use the 1970 formula. You know what it feels like, you know what it smells like, and you know what it does. Amazing. It's a liquid exfoliant, so not unlike, you know, a lot of other acid toners out there. This is definitely, I think, one of the more universal ones, the P50 formula in general, because it's lactic acid based, so naturally antibacterial, helping with breakouts, humectant, helping with dehydrated skin, gentle, usually good for sensitive skins, although P50 does have different levels to it, so you can kind of start at the lowest level if you're hypersensitive, but it just checks a lot of different boxes. Effective. It's a little bit of an investment piece, but it gets the job done, and I will always have this on hand. Pixi Glow Tonic, certainly a cult blogging staple, and it's good. I mean, it's it's glycolic, so, and it's at 5%. So if you tend to have more sensitive skin, this is one that you can use pretty consistently and not really get a kickback from. Just good at resurfacing. If you've never used an acid toner, I would recommend to start with this because it'll kind of give you the idea of what it's supposed to do without overdoing it to your skin or involving anything that's too complicated. You know, there's no peptides in here. There's no, you know, chain of amino acids. It's just a good glycolic with some ginseng and some witch hazel for an astringent benefit. Great, affordable. This is $15 at Target in the US. You can also buy it through Pixie's website in a lot of different sizes. It's a great product. I think P50 is one of those where you kind of have to work up to it, admittedly. This is a much more accessible and it doesn't cost you as much money. So definitely, I think, a great one to start with. Lindstrom Skin, the Blue Cocoon, the most expensive product here, and I love it. All it took was one whiff and I was like, yep. And of course 2 years thinking about it. This is a beauty balm concentrate. So May talks about this as just being, you know, a really great multi-purpose treatment. It's really nice and hydrating. It's great if you have inflamed skin from either, you know, a skin condition like eczema or dermatitis or acne. It also will calm that down. I know a lot of people who have oily, acne-prone skin, and this just does wonders for them and doesn't break them out and doesn't weigh their skin down. For me, it's the only product that I've used that will actually change my emotion, will change my, you know, the tension in my shoulders drops, the, you know, stress in my forehead, you know, in between my brows goes away, and I just am calm and I'm ready for a nice relaxing evening and going to bed. So I like to use this as, you know, in place of an oil. And I usually skip moisturizer after this. I just take a little bit and scoop it out and kind of warm it up between my hands, turn it into an oil. It goes completely clear once you massage it into the skin, but amazing after I do a peel or a retinol or my skin is just not working with me. This is a great kind of fail-safe, will work and kind of calm everything down. Sunday Riley Good Genes. It is a lactic acid treatment. I use it as an exfoliant, but you can also use it as a serum or quickly as a 30-minute mask if you'd like. It's exfoliating, it's plumping, it brightens the skin pretty much immediately. Over time, you'll notice a fading of discoloration. I've been using this for a long time and I've finished, I don't know, 5 bottles in the time that I've started using it. It's one of those things where you use it, you notice a difference immediately, and it gives you the same result every single time that you use it. An investment piece to say the least, but certainly effective, and I will always, always, always have this on hand. And I think it's a pretty universal product as well. I think P50 can be pretty universal, you just have to be a little bit more careful, and this I usually caution people to be careful as well, you know, like don't do this twice a day every single day for the first week that you're trying it out because it's strong. So kind of back off it and start small and work your way up, but I love it. Sticking on the Sunday Riley train, Luna. I love this. I think it's one of the best retinols that you can buy. I remember the day it came out, I like searched for it. They had it backstage or in the stockroom or whatever of the Sephora that I was working in that day, and I was like, can you please get me one? Like, they hadn't even put it out on the sales floor, and I bought it the day it came out, and I love it. I think it's really effective. I think it treats a lot of different skin concerns. It's pretty much suitable for all skin types, even sensitive, because the blue tansy is very calming, and you notice a difference quickly. The key thing to remember is it's not an oil, it's a treatment that lives in an oil, so don't use it as an oil, use it as you would a serum, follow it with moisturizer, and that's when you'll see the real result. Juno was probably one of the first products that they did that really took off, aside from Good Genes. Beyonce was rumored to have used this at one point, so was J-Lo. Julianne Moore uses the oils, and I'm like, I want to look like all of them actually, so. But this is great if you want to glow, it's great if your skin is inflamed, great for all skin types. I love this after I do like a Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Peel or P50 or something really intense, because it just cuts away inflammation, gives you the radiance back. I think this is great for anyone who either wants to prevent signs of aging from forming, stop signs of aging that are starting to appear, or kind of address all signs of aging in kind of a mild way. So it's not the most brightening that you can do, it's not the most firming that you can do, but it does a little bit of everything, which is always nice. And I love the smell. I love that it smells like plant oils and not synthetic fragrance. Kate Somerville Nourish. well, in the grand scheme of things, it's my favorite moisturizer of all time. It's gorgeous, it's lightweight, it's a watery cream, really amazing over an oil. Caroline Hirons is the one who personally turned me on to this. Love the texture, I love it during the day, because it's just that instantly plumping and hydrating, glow-giving moisturizer that kind of sets you off on the right foot, if you will, and does it every single time. Great, I love the packaging, I love the scent, I love the texture, I love that it has good ingredients, peptides, and, you know, lavender, orange, kind of calming, soothing, toning benefits as well. Love it. NIOD Copper Amino Isolate Serum. This is a more recent kind of cult status one, and all of my blogger friends are using this, and everyone is just like, have you used NIOD Copper Amino Isolate Serum, or NIOD CAIS as it's referred to. I did the 1% in the ½ ounce bottle. So far I love it. I mean, it's truly blue. I ain't playing around. I do the application method where I literally stick my head back and drop it onto my face. Great if my skin is inflamed, great if my skin just needs a little TLC, but I don't want to sacrifice any kind of age prevention or firming or replenishing element. Paula's Choice Skin Perfecting 2% BHA Liquid. This is one of those borderline cult slash everyone who, even if they don't know about skincare, loves this. This is probably one of my most recommended products because I think it is one of the most unique things that you can buy at a really good price, considering the amount of product you get, the quality, and the results that you'll see pretty much immediately. Why am I not in focus? It's not working. Okay. It's 2% salicylic acid and an alcohol-free liquid base. So use it after a toner, before your serum. It's not categorized as an acne treatment, but if you have acne, salicylic acid is a great ingredient to use. If you have clogged pores, if you have dark spots, if you have loss of firmness, if you shave your face or your body, or you can tend to get congested, or you just want to return balance to the skin, I think this will do it. I think it's their #1 selling product, and it sells like one every 20 seconds or something like that, something ridiculous, but I will always have this, because if I shave my face and don't do this afterwards, you better believe I'm gonna get an ingrown, a breakout, redness, inflammation, or a clogged pore or something. I will always have this. Clarins Gentle Exfoliator Brightening Toner, a blogger product to say the least. Clarins has some cult classic products like Double Serum, like the Tonic Body Oil, like, well, after Lupita, the Hydra Quench Lip Balm, right? But this is not one that is talked about all the time. It's a glycolic and I believe salicylic based liquid exfoliant. It was the first liquid exfoliant that I ever used, and one that I will always have. I don't think it's as strong as some people let on. I think P50 Good Genes 2% BHA are stronger, but this is a really nice accessible one. You can get it at any Clarins counter, that to my knowledge. Good if you're just starting out into liquid exfoliants, good if you just need a nice kind of glycolic you can kind of keep waiting in the wings, and it just works every single time that I use it, and it makes the skin feel instantly smoother and softer, and I love it. First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream, again, one of those borderline products. If you have any type of skin irritation or inflammation or itchiness or dryness, this is 0.5% of colloidal oatmeal, so it will act as a skin protectant and a kind of repairing agent, but they also did aloe vera. Let's actually tell you. There's licorice, which is great for soothing, shea butter, feverfew, white tea, licorice, glycerin, fatty alcohols, ceramides, and it's all in a fragrance-free whipped cream base. You can use this anywhere, and I'll actually show you the texture. Lightweight. $30 for a 6-ounce tub. Like, you can't get much better than that, except the 8-ounce bottle that I think is like 36 or something in a squeezy tube, which I think is even better. Let's talk about Serozinc. Cult product to say the least. If you have acne, breakout prone skin, large pores, really excessive oiliness, and inflammation, or even if you don't have inflammation in your skin and you just have any of those, this will help. There is zinc in here. It's pretty much like, it's like salt water essentially. Sodium chloride and zinc sulfate and water is what's in here. So you spray it on anywhere where you're either breaking out or your skin is irritated or you just need to calm things down, reduce oiliness. Great after you do an acid. I also wanted to talk about a few makeup products. Kogendo foundations, I think, are a secret ish. I mean, a lot of makeup artists know about it and love it. I'm a big believer. I think if you can find your shade, they're absolutely worth the investment. Especially if you're a fan of just looking like you have really good skin. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If you have any other cult favorites, let me know below and we can kind of talk about it. There are some other ones that I could include, but I don't think they're quite cult status yet. I was going to include a Tata Harper cleanser, but then I was like, oh wait, I like all of them. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed and I'll talk to you really soon. Bye.